back. Oh shit. Hello, and welcome to another episode on Sir Never Give Up. On this episode, we're gonna do a review. Like every episode. Do you like the spooky lighting, by the way? Spooky lighting good? Because you know it's a horror movie, so it's spooky. But to start off, I'm gonna have to give you a little disclaimer. There it is. That's the last time we're doing that joke. So like it while it lasts, you know what I mean? This movie was a little bit more gruesome than I thought it would be. So, if you don't really like gruesome things, I can perfectly understand that. I could always do this lighting. Ready? Tell me which one you like more. Oh! Yeah, it's a little bit more gruesome than I thought it would be. So, if you don't like gruesome things, especially shockingly gruesome, you should probably click off. But not before you subscribe. Because we don't normally look at shocking things or gruesome, scary things. We normally look at cute little things. Well, not cute, but like, not gruesome. We don't look at gruesome things normally. Watch the movie. No, don't watch the movie. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. But yeah, this movie's gruesome, so if you don't like gruesome things, click off. This is a content warning and a disclaimer. Now I'm gonna disappear. Like, some form of father-related joke. 25th of February, 2021. I had just released my Mr. Iglesias video. A lot of time and editing went into that video, and I needed to relax. I decided that night I wanted an easy target for my next video. Something fairly easy to criticize. Welcome to Amazon Prime. This platform does next to no quality assurance. This doesn't mean there isn't quality, it just has a lot of weird indie movies, most of which are attempting to do what big action movies do, but on a significantly lower budget. It has these like schlocky B movies from like the 50s and 60s, these really shitty horror movies and monster movies that you will physically be unable to find any copy of anywhere other than Amazon Prime, and maybe a re-upload on YouTube. And it also has movies like Prey, a Dutch movie that came out in 2016 and was put onto Amazon Prime in 2020. Except they have a dub and there's no way to turn it off, so I'm just stuck listening to this.
I'm sorry, are you the lion hunter?
Yes, suppose I am.
Why do you have a wheelchair?
Let's talk about it. Prey is a pretty weird movie. It is one of those movies that is attempting to do what big action movies and horror movies do, but on a lower budget, which I don't think is the worst idea. I mean, why should a company like Blumhouse have such a monopoly on horror? But normally these kind of movies only end up on Amazon Prime for one reason. Normally, a distributor will be the one to put it on Amazon Prime. These movies are fairly easy to buy the rights for because they are mostly unknown, especially seeing as Prey is not out of America or any other English-speaking country. This movie would be mostly known in the Netherlands, which isn't known for its huge movie business. So these distributors will buy up as many movies as possible and just fucking dump a big bulk pack of movies onto Amazon Prime.
There's a company called Phoenix Pictures. Phoenix Pictures has a bunch of movies. Son of Sam, Zombie Nation, Battle Planet, Night Stalker, BTK Killer.
These bulk packs will not cost much for Amazon to buy and will bolster their lists of movies.
These are all garbage films.
Okay.
And so, for the most part, Phoenix probably took their stack of 50 movies, which they have 51 titles, and they probably went over to Amazon and was like, here's a package of 51 movies, and they wrote them a check for, $100,000 or 50 grand or whatever. And they use that to go buy more crappy movies.
Then, if at least one of these usually so bad it's good movies gets a bunch of traction from ironic viewers, they'll make money, they'll make profit because it costs so little. And then the distributors will get paid royalties, which may also pay the original owner, depending on whether the distributor are good people or not. So now that we've went over why this Dutch lion horror monster movie is on Amazon Prime, let's discuss what the hell this movie even is.
Hey, this is not okay.
You watch that tape again later.
Come on, did you lose the original audio? Listen, I get it. I can lose shit real easy, but the original audio to the movie? Why can't I change it? It's not like this dub is some amazing high quality experience.
You're in the wrong department.
I'm a little early, so I thought. So I figured I'd go see my favorite vet.
He messed up and they just left it in the movie. I thought, so I figured. That would be so easy to edit out, and they just didn't care.
In hindsight, it was probably not such a good idea to ask my cousin for help.
Yeah, he fought like
He's still speaking in full sentences during his stammering. Why can't you talk at the same speed as the original actor if you do have to do a dub?
Cover up. Oh, please. You talk big. I think you would do well to have more faith in the government.
Why does this guy sound so disinterested?
Who said the lion isn't long gone?
Yes, now.
Maybe
That's clearly a 5. Did you read these lines off your phone? Is that why you can't? People are like constantly talking over each other and interrupting each other.
Well, you have to ask the right questions.
Well, yeah.
We've had reports of lions on the loose from all over Europe in the last few years, even in England. Don't you remember?
Yes, I read that. Hello, sir.
a helicopter's on the way.
That's great.
Some lines just have the worst delivery I've ever heard.
What did you say? I said your mom is a whore.
I would have just loved the original audio with like subtitles. I don't know why this isn't even an option. I wouldn't care if I wasn't forced to watch it like this. Non-English speaking movies are always better with subtitles. I can understand dubbing. Sometimes people just want to watch a fucking movie and not have to pay too much attention, but if you actually are invested in the story, you should probably watch subtitles. I checked this on different devices. There's not even an option for like subtitles. I just want to watch my lion horror monster movie with the original dialogue and not this horrible dubbed version. Alright, let's dunk a little bit more. So this Andrew Daly looking mother effer, he's so awful. He's an awful voice actor.
One stroke to the green. This is a birdie. Birdie, 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 birdie. Hey, ball guys, you have to watch the master. Oh, for God's sake, what the hell, huh?
This guy just keeps breathing in.
Only joking. Where's the kill?
So where will he attack next?
Did they tell you to do that in the script?
My friend here, he's a hunter too.
He is?
Yeah.
Ah.
He hunts women.
That's also clearly the news reporter putting on a really gravelly voice.
More evidence that the people of Amsterdam are not defeated after last night's tragedy, however tragic.
And for some reason, these Dutch characters have American accents.
Told you. You owe me 25. Samsungs are just bigger.
Which I would be forgiving of, but literally all people not from the Netherlands have accents relating to their country of origin. Like this guy.
Sergio!
I just got a complaint about you.
What?
The last customer.
What customer?
The customer that got the free wine.
Or this guy.
Liz, you're looking fucking beautiful today.
Thanks, so do you.
Why can't you just get Dutch people who speak English to voice act in this movie? The movie that makes a point about being set in Amsterdam. The news station, 85, is an actual Dutch news station. I mean, come on, 90% of Dutch people can speak English. It's probably not that hard to find a voice actor. Right, can we dunk on this guy a little more?
Rev has a point though, you know. Oh, you're ganging up on me, as usual. Going to business with you both may have been the biggest mistake of my life. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, he got them with that one. Oh, fucking classic Jim.
Little ball, where have you got to? Come on, show me your little face. Where are you?
They aren't even trying to make it sound like he's in a fucking forest. Okay. I think at this point we need to talk about the actual content of the movie. Opening scenes are important. It can be used to characterize. Opening scenes are pretty important. It can be used to characterize, set the scene, and, you know, just be a bit of fun. You'll sometimes get a little horror murder short. This first scene stands out among the rest of the movie because this is one of the worst lion action scenes. I'll get to the other ones after this, but I think the reason it's not very good is because they don't show the lion. Hiding your creature can be a well-used technique as it creates some mystery, even if you know what the creature is. It's nice to see them work around not showing a creature or having it silently stalk the character, but only if it's well executed. The movie starts with like a zoom in on a lion skull for some reason. I don't quite know either. Next comes a pink-visioned camera walking around a field. This is supposed to be the lion. I mean, don't ask me either. They did this once more. I guess lions see in pink. I don't know. The lion arrives as a girl and her boyfriend arrive at the farm. Of course, as you can tell, he drives a motorcycle, so obviously he's kind of a bad boy.
Hey, what?
My dad, if he sees you.
You think I'm scared of your dad?
He's just threatening her father's life. What the fuck? I mean, that's not horrible. It didn't just come out of nowhere. You can hear it before it happens. That's a pretty good scare. I like it. Did they just get a bottle of tomato sauce and shoot it at the fucking motorcycle? This just isn't a very good way to advertise the rest of your movie. It's got an abundance of stock sound effects.
Johan!
Including this fucking violin. Oh, that effect is gonna be a fucking burden on my life until the day I die. I can understand it being in a movie like this because it's pretty low budget, only costing about £3 million. But like, ugh, I fucking hate that violin. It's such an annoying sound effect. What kind of transition is that? Now, before we move on, I need to talk about this fucking scene. I'm fairly certain this isn't filmed on a film camera. It's like a GoPro. It's quite wide and looks quite similar to other GoPro videos. It's just videos of the zoo. Why does it have this fucking music? Oh shit! Antelopes! Monkeys! Fucking elephants! Isn't this supposed to be a fucking horror movie? Why are you doing this? You know, I've been making fun of this movie, so you want more of that? And, you know, I will. But let's talk about how great the effects in this movie are. It's not like groundbreaking, but it's good for a low-budget Amazon Prime horror movie. I mean, look at this. It's like good, it works. It's a lot more than I expected from this movie. Or take this scene.
That's very wise, Hendrik. That's very wise. And just to come back to your question about the...
He's fucking covered in blood. I know it doesn't seem like much, but tell me you expected this sort of effort. Practical blood? Most of these Amazon Prime films use shitty CGI renders of creatures. This movie does have a CGI render of the lion, but it doesn't look horrible, and they use an animatronic where possible. None of these are used in the trailer for the film, but it's the most entertaining part of the film. Oh my god. I don't even care if the lion teleported. That's just a cool scene.
Loser. Woo!
No, there's no way. It's gonna be like a cutaway. Jesus fucking Christ. That is absolute insanity. You thought It was crazy kid killing action? This lion kills like 3 kids over this movie and scars another kid probably for life. I wouldn't be surprised if this kid was scarred in real life. That's not the CGI lion, that's the animatronic one. This is absolutely fucked, oh my god. It's honestly a crazily fucked up movie. I love these kills and these dead bodies. It's so extra and that's what I love about it. Now back to making fun of the movie.
A lion doesn't stress him out.
Does this look like a pussycat?
This movie is advertised as a comedy. Usually seeing the comedy tag on a monster movie is a very bad sign. Most of the time comedy monster movies are just bad low budget movies with no effort. Like take The Incredible Bulk. They advertise its awfulness like it's bad on purpose. Which I mean it is, but not because they wanted it to be funny, but because they wanted money for the least amount of effort. And also if they say it's a comedy, it's harder to criticize it for being bad because duh, of course it's bad. That's the point. This movie is not that. I don't really know what it is. I can't tell what's comedy and what's just a conversation. You can split the 2 types of comedy into physical and verbal. That's literally the same as every movie. We'll talk about the verbal first. It's terrible. I feel some of these may have been added in after the movie was made. One of the standout ones is a surprisingly offensive portrayal of a disabled person.
Look at that! Not dog poop, not horse shit either.
Why did this just suddenly become like an Adam Sandler movie? There isn't very much punching down humor in this movie, so I don't know why this joke is here. I don't know, it's just kind of a buzzkill. It sort of kills the mood. I mean, I'm kind of a buzzkill for complaining about it, but who cares?
Oh.
Get it? Because it looks like she's sucking a penis? They really like calling this guy's mother a whore?
I mean, frozen pizza doesn't taste like anything.
But I don't want to go out, Dave.
Why not? Hey, watch out, you jerk! What did you say? I said your mom is a whore.
Why would you lie about that? That's just worse than what you originally said.
Your sister sucks.
Leave my sister out of it!
Mother is a whore.
Leave my mother out as well!
Leave this man's poor mother alone.
I was trying to hit you. Well, your aim is crap. I can always try again.
Why do so many motorcycle driving Dutch people carry knives? The rest of the humor is kind of mundane. I don't know. Most of the jokes come from like conversations.
I can put up with him for about 2 weeks or so, but his dirty underpants and his hair in the drain are starting to annoy me.
I need some time, Dave.
But you always have calamari.
I'm talking about us. You've been watching too much Dr. Phil, I reckon.
Well, I gotta say, you often hits the nail on the head.
Okay, I'll have the calamari.
It's like those really bad jokes in Marvel movies where they just have witty banter and nothing else. The jokes are almost indistinguishable on your first watch, especially seeing as you're waiting for the physical comedy. Now, I'm not making any claims here, but I'm fairly certain this movie is supposed to be kind of absurd. First, there's the kills. As I've mentioned, they're pretty good, but some of them are so absurd you just have to laugh.
You're going to pay for this, man.
And if you told me this movie would have a moped chase with the lion, I would think you were lying. Why the fuck? Why did it get onto the... Why did it... Why did it get onto the train? Give me a minute. Oh my god. Why would you just start shooting? The lion didn't lay these traps down. Oh, I think I'm gonna faint. Oh my god. I think the closest movie oh my god, I feel really bad. Weirdly enough, the closest movie I can compare this to is Paddington. The setting of Paddington is quite mundane, and the characters are dressed in a similarly mundane style, but the events and action in these movies are the crazy parts. This movie is also set in quite a mundane setting, a city, and has rather mundane looking characters. I mean, this guy's house is very similar to the villain of Paddington's Secret Den, and these hunters look like they're straight out of one of the Paddington movies. I know, I get it, it's a weird comparison. I mean, maybe if Paddington was a real bear that killed the cast of the movie, maybe it would be a similar movie. But yeah, the action being absurdist seems pretty purposeful, and even if it isn't, I'm fine with it. The action is impressive and funny, so you can see it as both or just as one. And then there's this. A fucking wheelchair chase. This wheelchair is incredibly fast. It's able to keep up with the sprinting lion, which is admittedly injured, but the average speed of a lion is like 60 kilometers an hour, which is like 37 miles per hour. No wonder it runs out of fucking battery so quickly. You're riding around in what can only be considered a small car. They even give him a Star Wars spaceship green screen. That's how fast he's going. I honestly don't know what to think about this movie. It's very watchable for an Amazon Prime movie. Without this dub, it would be way more watchable, but there's also the idea that maybe it would just be a really boring movie. I'm just complaining about the dub because that's what I got. I'm not saying the alternative would have been better. I just would have preferred the alternative. The movie is surprisingly scary. I mean, I know it's a horror movie, but it's actually kind of tense at points, and I sort of find myself being a little bit scared. I don't hate this movie. Its worst qualities are sort of charming. Of course, some aspects aren't very good. The ending is absolute dog shit. You can probably guess what happens. There's a second lion.
Close that door.
Take it easy.
I know, it's a stupid cliche, but the final fight is like something out of a Terminator movie. She blows it up with a train. Why did you need this scene? It doesn't add much to the movie, and it just isn't, like, funny. And then they have the gall to have another twist lion. I would have been fine if they had an entire other fight with the lion. It would sort of add to the comedy, like they're being constantly harassed by lions. No, it's just a snarl from a bush. I don't know, it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I enjoyed the final fight, but these two scenes just add nothing to the movie. Would you get Michael from fucking Costume Design to shake a bush? I enjoyed the character of Jack. He's a breath of fresh air compared to other characters in wheelchairs in movies, especially in a genre like horror that is not known for its progressive views. The joke from earlier was probably just in poor taste. I don't think it was malicious. The CGI is also passable, especially for a movie with such a low budget. It's able to use this money effectively, and most scenes, except the ending, have a point. They're not just put in pointlessly for funny moments. If you want a comparison for the CGI, take a movie like Alice Through the Looking Glass from the same year. You're probably wondering, hey, this CGI is pretty on par with Prey. Maybe a bit more complex, so it's probably got like 6 million, $10 million budget. Well, it's actually $170 million. Wow, it's almost like if you go into making a movie with a plan, you'll end up with something that's just as good for a fraction of the price. You know what, I think that's rude. Maybe I should take that back. Prey has actual effort put into it, so it's rude to say it's just as good. Anyway, that's about it. I don't know what to tell you. I'll give you a final verdict. I think this is a watchable movie. I won't be giving it a fucking score because that's pretty pointless, but I think if you have Amazon Prime, I would suggest watching it. It's a fun, fairly short movie. It's not like a masterpiece. I don't think it was made with that in mind. Check it out if you want to watch a funny movie, which is probably more priceless than anything the creators of The Incredible Bulk could put out. Oh, and be sure we will be looking at some very bad movies coming up some other time when I really get around to the particularly bad Amazon Prime movies. Anyway, more videos soon. I actually had a sudden boom of ideas in my mind, so that will help. see you next time. I don't know what the next video is gonna be. I fucking love that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Video here, video there, video all around us. Fucking everywhere, baby. And have a good one. I gotta stop that. I gotta stop that real quick. I gotta stop.